From Nelly to Blackboy Max, here's why artists are struggling in the streaming age. In 2000, Nelly sold 10 million CDs, which pulled in over $100 million. Today, an artist can do 10 times that, but barely be able to make rent. The music industry is falling off and being left behind in the attention economy. In music, artists are very sensitive about their work. If you use their song, they're gonna copyright you, they're gonna give you a strike, they're gonna demonetize your video. However, streamers, on the other hand, they encourage you to take their clips and make your own channels with it.
So these niggas, a lot of these niggas make, like, it's a nigga that clipped my shit. That nigga bought a car, paid his bills, everything.
You hiring?
Off TikTok. I'm trying to encourage all of them because it's like.
So you not flagging the creators?
No.
So niggas, anybody can post your shit?
Yes.
You fit the music too?
My clippers are about to eat. If you clip shit for streamers on Kick, you're gonna get paid double pretty much. My clippers this last month, Priz, I mean, what? They're making like over $100,000. You can make a lot of money clipping. I know that Neon pays like 400 bands a month.
They encourage you to continue posting them, and that helps them because streamers are the brand. Their face is on every clip. Their voice can be tracked. However, if you're a producer or a singer, there's no guarantee that the viewer of a different video is gonna recognize that it's you and give you their support. In today's video, we will be looking at the creative economy, specifically the attention economy, revolving around streaming and the music industry. You see, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, you needed radio play, you needed MTV BET approval, you needed to sell physical CDs. That's where your money was made. And you could sell a CD, an album, for maybe $10 to $15 a piece. You were making bread if you were a chart-topping artist. If you were in the millions, you were making bread. Well, maybe not you specifically. That depends on what type of deal you signed. You might not be seeing too much of that, but a lot of money was being made is the point. Now, if we contrast that with today, people are not buying CDs or vinyl as frequently as they did in the 90s or 2000s. When an artist drops a single or an album, they're gonna watch a Kai Cenat stream, they're gonna watch Anthony Fantano, they're gonna watch Sean C. They're not gonna buy a physical copy of the album. And that small change in how we consume this media has changed the revenue model. Instead of making, let's say, 10 cents on the dollar, artists are now making 0.005 cents per stream on Spotify. Now let's compare the accessibility of making music. In 2025, you can get Ableton, you can get Waveform, you can get BandLab, GarageBand, Fruity Loops. There are so many free resources out there that can teach you how to mix, teach you how to make good beats, teach you how to structure a song. There are so many tools to teach you how to do this stuff that just weren't available in earlier periods. So now it's not only the labels who get to have crispy sounding audio. Now even an Oak recording in his bedroom with the blankets over his microphone can get crisp, clear sounding audio. Microphones are cheaper, studio equipment is cheaper, computers are cheaper, everything is cheaper. It's beautiful. So far, the two main factors in the music industry's downfall have been revenue and cultural relevance. It's not trendy to listen to the radio. It's not trendy to buy CDs. It's not trendy to only listen to mainstream artists. Now, it's not all bad for the music industry because since everybody is paying for a Spotify subscription or YouTube Music, now we can share songs with each other by sending each other links, sending each other the SoundCloud link, the YouTube link, scanning a QR code, as opposed to having to actually buy a physical piece of media. From the user's perspective, you're getting a much better experience for much less money. Instead of having to pay for each individual piece of music you listen to, you pay for one music subscription, maybe even two, but either way, your lifetime spend is cheaper. Your lifetime spend is less when you pay for streaming services than it would be if you were buying the actual vinyl, buying the actual CD, buying the merchandise. And now also factor in how cars are made. How many cars these days have CD players, bro? Barely any, dog. The newer models, it's all USB and Bluetooth. You might not even have an aux, bro. So now we've gone from having to buy CDs, CD cleaners, brushes so that we can clean the vinyl. You've gone from all this to just, hey bro, send me a link, bro. Oh, what's his IG? Oh, what's his SoundCloud? So now we have a more decentralized music industry. You understand? Yes, you still have the mainstream, but people don't really care that much about the mainstream anymore because everyone has their own artist that speaks to them specifically. You don't just have to be like, oh, what is the crowd looking at? No, you can actually find an artist that speaks your truth. So now with these signed artists, they're finding themselves in a position where they're getting less attention and they're getting less revenue, bro. So when you see these mainstream artists getting into streaming or selling bundles with their album to try boost the numbers, it's not because they're trying to stat pad. It's because the music industry is past its prime, dude. It does not pay what it once paid. It is a lot harder to be an artist who doesn't create content. Now, when we look at your Blackboy Maxes, when we look at your DDGs, now we see the new wave. We see the new opportunities that lie ahead of us in the 21st century. You see, traditional artists, they're boring, dude. They just sing their song or make their movies, dog. But these streamers, they're down for anything. They're down for a charity football challenge. They're down to do a day in the life of a Popeyes employee. They're down to do the charity football match. They're down to do all types of cool stuff beyond what they're known for. And that helps them to grow their brand because they're moving out of their lane and they're doing it in a personable and entertaining way. So even if these oaks are trash at basketball, they're trash at football, doesn't matter. They're making you laugh and that's all they're trying to do, bro. That's their brand. Their brand is he's a chill guy. It makes you feel like you're with a friend, you know? People are parasocial today, you know? Gen Z, they don't go out as much as previous generations. A lot of Gen Z is at the gym. They're at home. And what do you do when you're at the gym or at home? You listen to music, bro. You watch YouTube, you scroll on social media, and in all those places, you can see more content from your favorite streamer. So now these streamers have found themselves in a position where they have a consistent source of income in the form of subs or memberships or a Patreon, and they also get to create moments live where a traditional artist is gonna say, I'm dropping an album on June 17th. The streamer is going to make the album live in front of you, and then he's gonna post a story saying, hey guys, do you want me to drop this album? So even though both of them are selling music, the streamer is selling you the process, the journey. The artist is selling you the end product. But just to end off this video, just because CDs and tapes are gone doesn't mean that the money is gone too. Yes, the per stream revenue is not gonna be crazy. However, artists are still generating billions. Artists are still getting sync licensing deals, learning how to put their songs in movies, learning how to put their songs onto paid sites with better royalty splits. And they're learning about new monetization methods like YouTube, like streaming on Twitch, like TikTok Live. So whether you're a small artist or a household name, there's still plenty of avenues to make money, both from merchandise and music.